And we're live. I think. What's up, guys?
Maybe. Hey, Chris, how you doing? Hello, audience. How are you doing? Welcome to the show.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, guys. If you guys got us on the chat. If you guys could see us fine, it looks all right and everything except for my YouTube dashboard. So anyways, whatever. Welcome to the show. It's Monday. Mondays are good because you're here, and that's all I got. What's up, Steve?
Not too much. Just monitoring the feed there, and yeah, it seems to be good. So here we are. Hey, it's Monday in the U.S. It's Tuesday in Australia. It's freaking cold here. I hear that Chris is sitting in a puddle of ball sweat. So we're like opposite ends. We're opposite situations, but you know, it is what it is. I don't know. I don't know what to say today. It's been a hectic week for me. I'm like way behind with everything. Right below us, you can see that Adam is working his ass off, trying to keep up with the orders. He sent us a message last night, really apologetic, as Adam usually is. He's like, "Would you guys mind if I ate oils while we did the show? I can't stop." So that's what he's doing today.
Yeah,
and
it's boring though because it's prep work. It's not the exciting stuff. It's not the money shots. It's just the boring prep work.
That's why in the post I put that he's gonna do a wire wrapping extravaganza, but nah, he's not really doing anything. You guys just get to watch him stretch that shit.
Measure, cut.
Measure, stretch, wrap, measure. It's exciting news. My quarters are going to a different part of the world, but it's going to take some time. I'll be in the shed for a while, which is a good thing.
Are you
Keep me out
gonna?
of trouble.
The Breeze Tones world domination plan is in effect. One country at a time.
Yeah, one vapor at a time.
So real quick before we get into our buffets, I'll hit the chat real fast. Shout out to Always Lost being here first. Also, I believe she won the the tank last week on the Friday Fallout. It's gonna go out this week, so I'll give you info. We got RB Mark II. We got Leona's Vaping. We got it's the T Gets, one of the OGs. He's been around forever. Great Wombatsky, what's up? Glad to see you here. Robert Darkings, good to see you as well. Charles Johnson, Drip Vibe Vapor, what's up, man? Thanks for hanging out. And I think that's everyone that said something in the chat. But yeah, so we'll get right into it.
You missed Mr. Breeze Tones.
Oh, I was shouting out the important people. He's out here hanging out with us plebs to see what the market's like. Mr. taking over the world.
Mr. Worldwide. Well, I have sunglasses since I started shaving my head or clippering my head. I have sunglasses, unfortunately, that make me look like Mr. Worldwide, and I have stopped wearing those sunglasses.
Can you do it for like Halloween though? It'll be like you and your lady, and then it'll be like your son in charge of it, and then like Mr. Worldwide, and you just walk around like
Pitbull.
Yeah. But yeah,
ugliest man in music.
I think he's had like just a random fact. I think he's made like over like $100 million on his music. So you know what, good for him.
Yeah.
But buffets, what do you got, Steve? Sorry.
Wow, we are in a mess today, aren't we? This is a ramshackle, awkward show. Let's do the buffets, and why don't we throw convention to the wind? Let's start with Chris. Chris, what are you sucking on today?
Right now or earlier? I gotta pay that pandemic rent. So I do have a new flavor for today. It is the Heads by Dwayne. He keeps giving me this juice and keeps asking for pictures of my butthole, so I'm sponsored. I'm gonna say it by Dwayne. He keeps dropping it off, but it's really good. It's like a watermelon, and I don't really like watermelon. And I'll be honest with you, I can't really figure out what the hell it is exactly, and I'm too afraid to ask.
Watermelon?
I heard peach lemonade.
Nowhere near peach, if you ask me. I've also done a lot of stupid stuff in my life and put a lot of weird things in my mouth, so maybe my receptors are wrong. But I like it. It's really good. I've gone through like 3 squonk bottles on the top side with the goat with it, so I'm enjoying it. And then otherwise, I've got my my quick little pods that are great for when you're in the pool or pooping. Because I don't know about you guys, I like the Voop, you know. And so carrying that mod around, usually you drop it somewhere or something, but keep the pods for that. But otherwise, that's all I got. And since Adam looks like he's busy, Adam, what do you got, man?
Yeah, I was waiting for that. Hold, please. I got a couple of new things. We'll just start with not a new thing. K-Fon 2019 Light on Vaporesso Swag. That has some Franken-Atticus glazed donut. I think that's the profile. But that's very delicious in 12 milligrams. I have a new addition, the Rye RDA. That is done in black by Mr. Palmer's Powders. Very, very good. But that's an interesting little addy. On top of the El Thunder 21700 with actually the drip tip that came from the Serpent Elevate. I really like this drip tip. I'm not down for red drip tips, but this one's kind of a marbly wood kind of thing going on. A little bit of blue in there as well. You can't really see on my shit camera, but nice little shape that matches the Rye. Got in there actually some Affinity Creations. This is Baz's honey cake. I don't like honey vapes in any way, shape, or form because they just taste like perfume to me. But this is a honey and spice sponge cake. This is really, really, really very good. Goes very nicely in the Rye. But I also have obviously the Slate Palms Powders Unicorn Vert edition. But I have on there also another Palms Powders painted black. That's the Recoil Rebel. I've never owned one of these, got that one with a friend over there in the US. Helped me hook it up. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. But also, Mr. Palmer's Powders coated that in black for me, and I really like it. There's a lot of people that very OG Recoil or Recoil Rebel. There's not many that like both. There's always that thing, but this is really good. It's just a good performing addy. But I have in there more Australia, because Australia. Franken-Atticus, this one is the peppermint and white chocolate cookie, which also is a liquid that I would have not liked because of the peppermint situation. I'm not really big on menthol / cooling / coolada, but that is also a very intelligent mix, and I'm enjoying both of those. So that's
I was
my
exactly
setups.
the same. I was exactly the same. I was like, peppermint, it's not really my wheelhouse. I don't like those. I'll give it a try. And it was like, wow, this is something I could bake all day long. I could definitely go through. And that's the thing. Even the best peppermints or mint things were always like, yeah, I'll vape it for a couple of minutes, but I need something else to rotate out. I can't vape this for hours. But that peppermint and white chocolate cookie is just, it's a banger. It's an all-day vape, definitely.
Yeah. And it definitely, I've had it in a couple of setups now, and it different profile parts stick out at different wattages and different devices with that e-liquid. It's a very smart e-liquid, so yeah.
No, I got to ask, because before I get into mine, you said you got the Recoil Rebel, and you got Palmer's Powders to coat it black. Doesn't that seem a bit redundant when you could get them black?
I don't think that I could actually, when I bought it, I'll just tell the world that Chris helped me get it. But in the same vein, they were pretty hard to get, and
black one sold out so fast, man. I think what was originally gold, right?
Yeah, I think it was just the whatever it is, brass or gold, and but Ashton uses a particular black, which is it's very, very sexy, and it's almost, I don't want to, it's not blue black, but it's almost graphite black. There's a name for it. He called it some particular black, and he did the anyway. It's really, really nice black, and I'm glad I got it colored because or coated because I don't do gold.
I do gold for review, and then they get given away or tossed in a corner. Like they don't go for full rotation.
No,
barely do silver. Sometimes
you're down for the rainbow, though. I know that you're down for the rainbow.
Love the rainbow. Love the rainbow. Do you get a big rainbow flag up there? Yes. No. I'm going to go through my rotation. I'm going to do it a bit different this time. I'm going to do all the devices, and then I'm going to tell you about e-liquid because there's a thing going on here. And I have a lot of things. Let's start with the oldest sort of setup. I've got the Odin Light, the Odin Mini, whichever one this is, the DNA version. And I've got the Hell Beast on top with the big ass biggie, what do you call it? Baby Beast style coils. What's that running at? 57 watts. It's a nice cloudy, restricted clouds is what I'm getting from there, and I'm really enjoying that. In terms of new setups, right here I've got the Innokin Chroma R in a brushed gold. And see, when it comes to gold, I don't mind that. That I like. Coppery brushed metal look. On top of that, the Ares 2. This disc does come with the Slide tank, but yeah, just running the Ares 2 on there for a while, and it's got a breeze tones in there. One of those lovely little mouth to lung setup. Works
nice.
really nice. Running it at a whopping 18 watts.
Right? Awesome.
Crackles, gives that the flavor. It's a really nice setup. Moving on from that, brand new in this past week, the Pulse 2. Oh, that handy little bottom filling thing. It works. It works really well. I worry that when I turn it upside down to fill it, that e-liquid's going to drip into my lap. You want to make sure you vape it dry before you turn it upside down.
So it's a bottom fill?
Yeah, it's the bottom side.
Oh.
It's got, you can see, if you'll focus there, that little screw right there, that's for the bottle, and it opens right up in the bottle, and you can just dump your juice in, cap it up, and go. Yeah, nice little setup. Got the Ocula in there, and of course they are running a set of dual breeze tones coming out 0.10 precisely, and 75 watts. Nice little setup. 21,700. So if you are a fan of the original Pulse, the original regulated Pulse, you will definitely like this. Nice little setup. I think I said nice little setup 3 times. Got a couple of pod systems. I got the, what's it called? They gave it a weird name. See, originally I got this in months ago, and it had a different name, and they had to go back to the drawing board because they realized that the name they chose belonged to a giant multinational oil corporation.
Yeah.
Originally, this was the Exxon.
Really?
Yes. And now it's the Wenax.
That's not even like a newish company. That's a massive mistake.
Yes, it was the Exxon Stylus, and now it's the Wenax Stylus. It's from Geek Vape, and it's not a bad little device. Got that little light on the end.
Exxon would be a company as well that even if you had the words or the letters EXON, they would still spank you for it.
Yes, absolutely. And given their history and their bad press, I don't think they'd want anything to do with the vape industry. Like,
yeah, next thing you know, you got a vape spill in your front
imagine
yard.
Pave going, it's bad enough that big tobacco's in, but big oil? You're sucking back oil into your lungs. Oh, no, that would be bad. This thing I just started this morning. You can see it's a pod. It will not focus. There we go. It's a pod. It's the X-Style. You can draw on it. You can button activate it. It's fairly straightforward. I have no opinion on this. I just literally filled it up like 20 minutes ago. But it's there, so I mention it. And the nicest thing on the desk, the one that I've been waiting for, I think that Adam would be interested in this entire setup. This is the...
Oh, you cheeky bugger. Yeah.
Delpo College and the BP Mods Pioneer RTA. This is the RTA. I've tried a ton of mouth to lungs. Some of them I like, some of them I like a little less. This is the one that taught me to love mouth to lung. It is, of course, running a 0.5 ohm Breezetones coil, recently built, running at, that is massive, 18.5 watts.
Whoa, big guy.
The design on that college is, I don't think, I would like it because I've got sausage fingers and the placement of the fire button where it is, and I'd be scared I was going to snap the tank off it.
You think that, but I find that I actually hold it like this. It's got that curve, and you're thinking like you'd be like that, or you'd get your thumb in there like pistol grip, and then you're like, well, how do I do the button? More often than not, I'm just a little bit more delicate. I just have my little thumb on there and a finger there.
Yeah. What about the finishing on that device? Is because I saw Grimm's review on it. Is the finishing a little bit dodgy?
On the college?
Yeah.
Except for the fact that I've got some juice all over it. No, it seems quite fine. I mean, I've been using it for the last week. Nothing's peeling, nothing's scratched, nothing seems that dodgy at all. The only issue I've had is sometimes it's got that little cap for the battery, which is like the what do you call it, the Pica sort of style. But instead of being it's just a quarter turn. Sometimes getting it back in is a bit of work. But overall, I like the device. I kind of wish I'd gotten the darker version of the Pioneer to match, but the Pioneer is a killer little tank. Love that setup.
Interesting.
Anyway, I said I would talk about e-liquid at the end, and there's a reason for that. I've been really lazy. I'm vaping Loki, which is a banana custard, and I'm vaping Spearmint Heifer, which is a spearmint milkshake. And all these devices are some version of one of those. Literally. That's all I've got here is like those. And that's it. I'm done. That's my setups for today.
Nice. That's a whole bunch of new stuff.
Yeah, spearmint milk. How is that?
The milk is very mild. All the heifers I find, they're not overly milky. They don't give you that, because there's a tendency for some milk things to give you that real sour or sort of nasty off milk kind of undertone. It's really clean. It's really it just kind of tastes creamy. It's a creamy base and very, very strong on the peppermint, but not so strong that it gets up your nose and gives you a runny nose and all that. So
Nice.
I really like it.
Well, we'll get into see what some of the chat's getting out on, and then we'll get into the rest of the show, which is us watching Adam play with wires. It's gonna be.
Yay.
Let's see. We got the first one here. I think is Charles Johnson with a Bonza Mech, a Blotto RTA, and a Glass Basics Caribbean Punch. Ooh, that sounds good, Caribbean Punch. And then let's see what else we got. We got Liana's Vaping with Labworks Special Recipes, a Baja Blast kind of thing, and a Lazy Falcon King Tank, and an Aegis Special Edition 200 watt. And then, let's see who else. We got, someone else did. Right there, Odyssey. Oh, big shout out to Legion. He said that, right here, let me find it. He said, so he made his tub mix special in honor of Legion, and it's peanut butter with strawberry and bananas. DIY.
Nice.
Not a huge fan of peanut butter in the liquids, but the bottom line is, I'm not a huge fan of peanut butter in general.
Dude.
It's like every 6 years I want one slice and then I'm done. So there is that. I like peanuts. Like I'll eat them by the bag, but peanut butter's just never been a big thing for me.
Yeah.
But the bottom line, as I was going to say, is when you're doing your DIY, is mix what you want. Mix what works for you. That sounds like it's tailored, absolutely tailored for his taste.
Yeah. We also got Drip by Vapor with the Unicorn Vert and the Odium on top with the top side and a dead goat. Shout out to the goat. And Steel Valley Vapors just joined in. What's up, man? Good to see you. And then Matthew Welch with the Silver Play RTA and the Lost Vape Paranormal Glass Basics Fizzy Lemonade. So Silver Play RTA, that's something new.
Fancy setup.
I was going to say, what is that? What is that?
That's a cut above right there.
The Silver Play, wasn't it that restricted direct lung style Addy that was who was the company that it was in conjunction with, but that was caused a lot of issues, drama.
Anything with Jay Hayes?
I know which one you're thinking of with Jay Hayes, and it wasn't that one, but I remember there being something, but it's gone off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Leanne's Vaping, gotta go. It's my boyfriend's birthday. Love and respect. At Breezetones, I will be contact soon for another custom order for new setups.
Yeah, have a good night. Hope your boyfriend and yourself have a good time.
Peace.
Absolutely.
Peace and love. Peanut butter is one of those things. I just want to come back to peanut butter because I'm so shocked, Steve, that you don't eat peanut butter. If when someone says, what are you addicted to, and if they took it away from you, the FDA game, peanut butter would be my thing. I'm currently on a bit of a fasting style of diet for this week, and the fact that there was no peanut butter involved in this week brings tears to my eyes. Big tears.
Peanut butter was never, like, even when I was little, like peanut butter and jam and all that. It's like, just give me the jam. Just hold the peanut butter. I was never a huge fan of it.
I only like the Uncrustables. I don't know if you guys have them there, but it's those little pre-made sandwiches that you get and they like come frozen, and it's the peanut butter and the jelly and a bread that's pressed, and then you like put it in your fridge so it's cold and you just eat it and right away. Look at that! Listen to that crackle.
Uncrustable. I've never heard of it.
Really? Yeah, they're real big in the States. Shout out real quick, Matthew Anderson in the chat. First time I've seen that name here. Thanks for joining in. Toss in what you're vaping on, man. And then, peanut butter, I don't know. I was a fan of peanut butter as a kid because you just eat it with a spoon. You take one glob and then you go run around and do whatever. But as an adult...
See, I did that when I was a kid with Cheese Whiz.
Oh, man. Cheese Whiz was
And the fact that Cheese Whiz does not exist in this country makes me cry. And yes, I know. I'm betraying my white trash roots. Wonder Bread, bologna, mayonnaise, Cheese Whiz.
Oh, dude.
It is the most white trash meal you can have, and I grew up on those.
I don't know about you guys, but like back in the day, it was like fried bologna sandwiches. When you're a kid, or like if you go to a friend's house with a pool, and they make you like the little lunch meat sandwiches, and then you get chips on the side, but you put it on top of the sandwich.
Yep.
Look at Adam over here, all posh. He's like, ugh, bread.
No, I was just thinking of like that whole style of deli meat, luncheon, Devon, bologna.
You don't eat any of that?
But
wait a minute.
Snouts, trotters, and bums. That's what it is. Cereal.
Adam, I have to ask you, have you had American bologna?
I have, yeah.
Because it's very different from Devon.
I should give you the disclaimer that I watched a documentary on how they make some of those things, and I've never looked at those meats the same way again.
Oh, literally, they throw a pig in a grinder and just like spit it out.
I was gonna ask if you're against the deli meat, but do you eat chicken nuggets? Like,
it's processed AF. Absolutely, yes, I'm down for that.
Yeah.
You know that with chicken nuggets, it was the American Army that created those.
Anything that you can blend up to make into food, yeah.
Yeah, they were spending so much money on field rations for the military that they invested millions of dollars trying to figure out, like they hired companies trying to figure out how to make a better quality, more economical, pressed, reconstituted meat. And so they basically, they take all the different parts of the meat that aren't used, some of the good meat, but mostly the excess stuff, and they grind it up and they make the goo and then they press it and reform it. And once that got up and running, the company that they hired to figure this out then started selling off the same technology. So burgers and most specifically preformed chicken patties, nuggets, all came from that. So it's all military.
Yeah, man. A lot of innovations with stuff like that. Like they created a lot of stuff, especially like freeze-dried stuff and anything like that. But it's funny that you brought that up because I just reading the thing today. I was in the Army Force, so I keep up on it sometimes. They're now trying to 3D print food.
Wow.
Yeah. As if MREs couldn't get worse.
I'm seriously looking forward to that day. Send me like a cartridge pack of chemicals that goes in the back, and I can just sit and go, okay, so I feel like cherry pie, a cup of hot black coffee, and a scoop of vanilla bean. Let's make a vanilla bean.
They have them already for like candy things you could buy at a personal level, and like make your own candies and stuff like that. But I don't know about like 3D printed meat, man. I mean, don't get me wrong, I eat Slim Jims, and that includes like bird beak and bird feet, like their claws and everything. But there's something about 3D printed food that kind of freaks me out.
I think the wifey said it, and so did also
RB Mark II. Yeah.
Rob and my wife, lips and assholes, snouts and bum holes. Yeah, and some cereal.
See, I gotta ask you guys, what is it about our like 20th century to 21st century world, those of us in the West that are so civilized, that we think that cutting off 25% of an animal and throwing the rest away is a good idea.
It's called being
Oh, totally,
spoiled.
dude.
It's called being
What's wrong with
spoiled.
assholes? That's meat. If you're going to kill the animal, eat the animal. Eat the whole animal.
Here's my thing. I can eat a lot of stuff, but there's one thing like that's not like I'll eat all parts of the animal. Like I said, like Slim Jibs. Like I'll eat fucking. I've eaten cow tongue, even cow stomach. It's not my favorite. It's kind of spongy, but there's something there that's just with like there's a lot of cuts and you get spoiled used to it. Lived in the first world, but there's some stuff that you shouldn't eat, and it's like intestines. What is it? Fucking hog maws and stuff like that or whatever. It's so gross, and if you guys have never seen it, I'm not trying to like freak out anyone. But what they do is like it's all pig intestine, and they stretch it out, and they show you how they clean it, basically on a warehouse floor. And it's like a long hose, intestines are long, and they stick just a normal garden hose in the end, and you see all the poop flying out of it.
Awesome.
Again, we as a species, we've been doing this for hundreds, thousands of years. It's only the last little while that we got squeaky about things.
Yeah.
And if you want good sausages, I'm telling you, real intestine wrap sausages, fried, taste so much better every day than artificial casings.
Yeah.
Like they get that crackly feeling on the outside. They're lovely.
I've actually tried. There was I don't know if you guys see them on Facebook. Well, with you guys in Australia, probably not. But here in the States, they started selling. It's I've had this idea forever. It's like a Shed Time idea. Shout out to Frames, he's still in here for Shed Time. But it's fried chicken skins, and I always thought like, oh, that'd be great. Like get them like KFC style, a whole bag of chicken skins. Of course, like you probably couldn't keep them fresh. Anyways, I got these chips. They're like pork rinds, but it's chicken skins. Yeah, if you guys are watching, don't. They sound. I thought they sounded delicious. They're actually kind of gross.
I have a question. As Matthew Anderson was talking about MRE, what does that stand for?
Meal ready to eat is the acronym for MRE, but basically it comes like a lot. Like it's been like what, like 10 years since I've been in almost. But like when I was in, they'd have like a thing of freeze dried bread, but that stuff was like as thick as like 3 notebooks on top of each other. So it was like that, but it's super compacted and there's no like puff in it. And then you get like a cheese spread, and if you're lucky, it's little jalapeno chunks in it. But like, man, you eat that cheese spread and you eat that bread, you're not pooping for a week. And then they have like like just this freeze like powdered like milkshakes and stuff. But sometimes get nostalgic. I want to crack one open, but they come in handy. Like when I first got out, I was being irresponsible and getting super drunk all the time, and I didn't want to cook when I got home from hanging out with friends, so I just crack open an MRE, pick out the things from it. So in my garage, I have a box of like parts of like 300 MREs just chilling that I just need to throw away, but I haven't touched.
Well, no. Send them on to Matthew. He's apparently hanging out for more. He puts them in his toasted sandwiches. Drip Vibe Vapor says, "I'm Mexican. We kill and cook our own food. A little poop don't hurt no one." I'm going to agree with that. You know what? I'm not a hunter. I was never that guy that out in the woods with deers hanging in my garage or anything. But that whole mentality of like waste not, want not, you kill the animal. Okay, fine. Let's use all the animal one way or another. I'm totally down with that.
Yeah.
I see no issue with exploiting all the resources that you get from it. Otherwise, it just seems disrespectful and a bit of a waste.
I do remember, it's funny that he said that he was Mexican and did that. When I was a kid, I had neighbors. I lived in a small town outside of here called Pahrump. And I had some Mexican neighbors, and we go over there and hang out with them all the time, kids around our age, And they had the pastor come over one day, and they're going to slaughter a pig. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's whatever. I like a pig roast or whatever. I didn't think it was that serious. And so he tried to have me and my younger brother, like, hold the pig while he's, like, going to chop its head off. And the pig got out, and the machete, when he went to cut it, got stuck in the pig's neck, and the pig ran off. And we're talking like an acre of land. So this pig's running around, squealing, like, wah, wah, all messed up, with the fucking machete sticking out its neck. And it gets stuck in some field fencing. And then this pastor guy, which is the most calmest guy I've ever met to this day, just comes up with a pistol he kept on his side, 45 revolver or whatever, shoots it in the head. He's like, all right, well, let's cook it. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, oh, my God. But it was really good.
See, back in the day, random kids hanging out with your kids were killing an animal. These days, you'd have to get written permission from the parents and everything. Otherwise, you'd be like, you made my child witness all this stuff. Oh my God, I'm going to sue you. And $15 billion. That's what you owe us for his therapy. You couldn't do that kind of scenario.
To be fair, there were those To be fair, there were those kids with those families like that when I was a kid too, but they're the ones that you hung out with when we wanted to go play the good video games.
You can't even take a photo of your child in a childcare center these days without permission.
Yeah.
Anyway, I learned that the hard way.
And that's why you're on a list.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I want to shout out a couple people in the chat. Odyssey says that his favorite was a ravioli MRE was his jam. And then there was someone else in here right here that said something else. Dennis Michael said the stews were good. And that's my thing. I don't know about you guys, but if there's a food that you can make, or I can put it all into a bowl, that's a meal for me right there. I love it. Just, I don't like different parts. Like they're all together. You know, go out.
Slop.
Yeah.
You want slop. You want a giant pot of slop.
Yeah.
I don't think that's what he meant.
Basically, though.
No. Literally, like we that's what we call it in our house, in our family. Like, what's for dinner? Oh, slop. Oh, I love slop. And it literally can be anything from a stew to a goulash to macaroni and cheese with beef. It can be anything that you slop on the plate, you slop in your mouth while you're looking at your phone.
Yeah, the posh name is one pot meals.
Yeah. Do you guys eat chips? Like, so if you eat a bag of chips, just real quick, I want to know, do you pour them out into a bowl or do you eat them out of the bag?
It depends if you're portioning control.
Well, yeah, we can't ask Adam. He's on his like keto thing right now, or his kick, or his fasting diet. But I was gonna say, like, if you do that, you can put them in the bag because you could do at the end. You do the slide, you know, and then you get them all in your face.
I'm sitting there the other day, and we're having an easy lunch. Everyone just fresh bread. Everyone makes sandwiches, and so we all get to the table. And my stepson, he's 15, and I look over. He's eating a sandwich. He's made it. Sauces. He takes a lot of time to make his food. This big beautiful sandwich with lettuce and tomato and all this stuff, and he's sitting there with a knife and fork. And I spent like 10 minutes just staring at him, like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Pick it up and shove it in your hole. Don't knife and fork. This is weird. I'm old school. It's like if I can get away without utensils.
Oh yeah.
Like just shove my hand in the bag and shove it in my mouth. I'm good with that. I grew up with sandwiches because they're portable and you can make the sandwich, and by the time you get back to the TV and the Atari, the sandwich is done and you're wiping the crumbs away. You know? Time is short.
It's funny how that goes with food. I've kind of like looked at it as more of a quick necessity instead of something you sit down and enjoy, and I'm trying to like be less like that. I'm so used to like shoving like my whole meal in my mouth in like 7 minutes, because that's what I know it was a long time ago, but that's what they taught you in like basic training. So I just kind of stuck with me. I don't like to sit around and enjoy food. So if you could put it all in the one container, fuck yeah, just slop it right in. Ugh.
Yeah.
I think there's a time to sit and enjoy companionship and a meal, and there is a time when you're literally just refueling before you take off again. Most of my meals are literally just refueling. It's just I got stuff to do.
Yeah. And then
That's
I'll
why
say
peanut butter is so good, Steve.
Yeah, it is. The only thing I got to say about peanut butter is it has the texture of having poop on the top of your mouth.
Whoa, buddy.
Yeah.
So
How would you even know what that
Yeah.
texture is like? Please don't answer that question. But that
Because
that
I've
was,
eaten peanut butter.
Oh dear.
He calls it poo nut butter.
Peanut butter.
Yeah. I'm not a fan. Not a fan.
Yeah.
All right,
Well,
so
hey, I'm happy to announce that I have seriously been adulting this week. Yes, I see your face, Chris. It surprised me too. We actually, what day was it? 2 days ago, 3 days ago? We went out, we got new furniture, we got a TV stand.
Whoa.
We used to have a TV up there. It's now been taken down, so I got to find something to put in that space. But yeah, a nice TV stand, cleaned the living room, built furniture, hauled the old shit out. Actually kind of looks like a relatively normal household over, at least in that corner of the house. The rest of the house looks like a share house. It's like stacks of things and boxes and all this crap here. But, you know, finally got around to actually like doing something nice for the house, which is kind of cool.
Just on a tangent there, is anyone going to screen grab Chris Swaggins and send that on to Mr. Vapor Swaggins himself to see his response?
yeah, I'm trying to treat it like a rap beef. I'm throwing it out there, and I want to see if he responds to it, and then I want us to go live head to head. and see if anyone could choose the difference. Just like that. No. But real quick, while we're here, we're about halfway through the show. I want to throw this up there for all you U.S. people in here that are vapors. There's the pull right now to ban the USPS from being able to ship stuff. I'm not too up to the point on this, so this might have been gone to vote today or tomorrow. I'm not too sure, so excuse me for being a terrible advocate today. But if you guys haven't, make sure you guys subscribe to the CASAB mailing list. Also, right here is the info. S1253 will prevent shipping of nicotine products via USPS. This limits your choice to buy stuff. A lot of you guys are in like remote areas or don't have brick and mortars near you, and even so, during the pandemic, it's hard to get your stuff anyways. So if you guys haven't yet, please take the time to call that number right there or hit that website, whitehouse.gov/contact, and let them know how that will affect you as an adult that should be able to make the choice for a safer choice of nicotine delivery.
Yeah, it's messed up. I was listening to Poonsauce talk about it on the Omies just previous to this, and the fact that they may be voting on it possibly today, possibly tomorrow as well is not a good thing. So it's time to get a wriggle on.
One about passage weeks to make sure that people speak their voice, get heard. There's always a potential for overturning things. I know it's harder afterwards, but yeah, we can't let this stand. This is
especially at this point.
It just seems to me like one of those weird attacks. It's like we're not saying we can't. Like batteries would be one thing. Batteries across the board would be one thing. Chemicals that are on the schedule list across the board, that would be something that seems rational. But this is literally, you can't sell vape products by the or ship them by the post. It's targeted.
It's very targeted.
And it is completely prejudicial.
Am I wrong in saying that like mail? So USPS, right? So it's against sending vape products on the mail. So isn't there still access if you use, say, DHL or somebody else, or is it against everybody?
It's just going to be USPS right now, but the thing is you could say that there's alternatives like UPS or DHL, but the problem is that's going to mark up the cost for a lot of companies, and it's going to eventually have to come back down to the retailer for places to stay open. I don't know about a lot of places that, like vape places. I do know that from my experience when I was working at local vape, like they don't charge for shipping. That's just whatever you pay in shipping, that's going directly to the provider of the shipping cost. But at the dealing with some emails and stuff, I've dealt with customers before of how people complain about how USPS is too expensive, and it really is the most cheapest option. It's not going to go over well for anyone else. Well, bye, Steve. So it's just not a good situation because I've shipped out prizes just for a little reference from our show here. Is that you would have, like, I would be able to ship out, like, an RDA. We're going to give this away later, by the way. We'll get into that in a minute. An RDA would cost me, like, $6 to ship in the States to anywhere. But if you do it through UPS, it's going to cost you about $15 to $16.
Yeah.
So it's at least a double price increase. Let me get rid of these real quick.
Yeah. I was only asking that question because I saw some conflict. I saw some questions being asked about that, and then I wasn't sure myself. So I wanted to make sure. I mean, I understand the costs, and shipping is a huge thing of people's decisions when they're making, purchasing and all that sort of business. So yeah, I just needed to clarify.
Yeah. But in the chat, we got Jerk by Vapor says when USPS does it, the rest will follow, and that's the thing is like they could possibly very well do that as well. So it's something that they could jump on the train. So it's very important that if you guys haven't made your voice heard, make sure you do. Because it's very restricting and it's very targeted. You can order fireworks, low grade of course, nothing like mortars, but you can order explosives through USPS just fine. But you can't do juice, like nicotine juice.
So you can buy what?
Yeah, you can buy low grade fireworks. So basically it's like little poppers or something like that. They I don't know if you guys have them out there, you throw them on the ground, they pop. Or you could buy like little sparklers that shoot out flames and stuff like this from USPS. Thank you, Mowgli Vates, putting that link in the chat. But yeah, that's insane to me. Is like it's not about safety and stuff like that, and they're saying that it's for the kids and stuff like that. But that's bullshit because if a kid has the fucking power to go online, order something, with a credit card, then that's a fault on the parents. But we've been saying that forever. That's a dead horse. We've been beaten.
Yeah. Pardon me. Robert Darkins is saying.
Let me invite Steve again.
I thought FedEx already said that they wouldn't ship vape products.
So FedEx won't openly ship vape products, but as long as you're not too open about what you're shipping, you can get away with it. But that's
Yeah, it just surprises me, particularly like if I take into experience of a company like DHL, have explosives and dangerous goods set up in their system, so effectively they would be able to ship things like that, things like batteries even, you can apply to that and have that shipped. So it's a heavy situation. I mean,
yeah,
they're illegal already. You need to have age verification. Like all of these things could easily be. The conservatism is rage-inducing.
It's crazy too because like Becky Buckwell pointed out in the chat, she can order a PBR and a side of vodka through the mail. You can order alcohol through the mail easily. And I don't know about any of you guys, but I've gone through these websites. Most of them like have the most jankiest verification process for alcohol alone, which has way more flavors and is way more dangerous, and which has been proven to be statistically proven from like the CDC and all that and the FDA that kids are getting drunk and like driving DUIs or hurting themselves way worse at a level that's ever been seen. But you could still do that. So yeah, it's stupid. So yeah, make sure you guys do
Messed
that.
up.
But Adam, since let's get off the glum for a minute. What process are you doing right now, man?
Just prep. So I have I do all my prep. The prep is like easily three quarters of the process. So I'm just starting the prep. It'll probably take me a couple of days to get all this done, and then basically Thursday, I think I've slated to start the final fuse for the aliens. So it's 3 or 4 days of prep to get ready for 1 day of final process. Yeah, it's the boring, unglamorous part of it. Unfortunately, so it's a lot of repetition, doing the same job over and over.
Yeah. So Steve.
Oh,
sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to say I've stabbed myself already 3 times this morning, and I think it's my lack of nutrition with a fasting diet. So my brain power is a little bit off.
So you don't use gloves or anything for that? Is it more like you got to feel it kind of thing? Not to get away trade secrets or nothing, but...
No. I mean, you could use rubber gloves. This is not a process that you need to feel anything. I certainly couldn't do, like some of the later steps with gloves on where you can't feel it. Cleanliness as well is one of those things. If you were using it for that reason, it's going to get what do you call it?
Booby sweat?
Ultrasonic anyway. Yeah, booby sweat. There's going to be plenty of that on there. That's what makes the coils crackle. No, it's going to be ultrasonic cleaned anyway. So, yeah.
So I know I should probably know this, and then I'll quit bugging you after this question. When you guys say ultrasonic clean, so is it like you put it in like as like a liquid, right? Like a, and then like what does it do? Just like ionize it or something?
No, well, I'm not sure how they work. I don't know if it's via current or magnetism, or I actually don't know the internals of an ultrasonic cleaner, but or maybe it's sonic. Is it sonic? Yeah. There you go.
Yeah,
see, I should know this answer.
There's a transducer underneath the bath, and it basically creates sonic waves, very, very fast, very, very shallow waves that shake everything. They just shake everything really, really, really fast. And the dirt's supposed to just sort of like crackle and fall off into the water. Big was it gemstones? There's certain gemstones that you shouldn't put into ultrasonics. It will literally, like, it'll get into all the corners and crevices because it's sound waves, so it goes around corners and stuff. It'll get into cracks and just like shatter your gemstones.
So it's like Batman goggles where he sees everything in sonar.
Kind of.
That's how you have to explain things to me, is in like Batman references.
Yeah. My ultrasonic is it's not a huge one, and it's not a hugely expensive one, but I bought one that's got a it has the ability to heat the water and all that sort of thing, but I have to place it in a certain spot in my facility here so that it doesn't shake everything. It's a kind of a little noisy effort. I think the cheaper ones are kind of quiet compared to the middle middle of the range one that I have because it'll knock things off the counter.
There you go. This one? That's what you got.
Not quite, but it's similar. Yeah, similar. It's a yep.
Yeah, same basic thing. I got that one because it's got the heating element in there as well, so that helps a little bit.
Yeah,
and it doesn't. It's not hugely noisy. But there's just a buzz.
Yeah, it's like the perfect frequency to just penetrate anywhere where you are in the house.
Yes.
Yeah.
And annoy the crap out of everyone in the house. And I always like to run things extra long, so an hour in there, zzz, the whole house goes. How long do you run your clothes for when you're cleaning them?
Pretty short, but I do a couple of. So I do a clean and then I refresh and do another clean. So two cycles, I guess you call it. So.
And you're
I did
just
some testing.
You just use water?
I have a little top secret business that I put in there.
Okay.
But it was funny doing some testing, just to see because a bit of discussion around ultrasonics, and I guess there's a lot of stuff on the forums about what people use, and reading about people putting alcohol in them and all sorts of things. But I don't know. I did a little bit of testing, and again, it's purely pocket science and this is subjective, but. Water and detergent works pretty good, and there's a couple other, I'm sure plenty of people in chat, there's some experienced vapors in there who have got their own little recipes of what they put in, but definitely the water is the most important part, and that, so I use, I can't remember the science name for it, but it's basically like purified water. It's not demineralized water, which is a very different thing. It's proper purified water, so yeah.
Cool.
So in the chat,
a little bit more and peanut butter. Yep, peanut butter. Lots of peanut butter.
Legion uses mayonnaise. In the chat, Yanni, I'm going to say that wrong, so I'll say Yanni. Yanni says that hers has a degasser. So like
degasser.
Yeah, isn't that just for like static electricity? Like the only reason why I know about a degasser is because I remember the old tube TVs and the old tube computer screens, and you can hit the degasser button and it goes. Brr.
Oh, that's a degausser.
So it's different.
It's different.
Okay.
Degaussing is an electrical thing, and degassing is a chemical thing.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, she says that when she started, she got the suggestion from Turk and all that stuff in a sweeper. See, you guys learn everything new. You guys learn something new every time you're here, because I'm learning something new because I don't know shit about none.
Yeah.
But let's see.
Go ahead.
It's
an interesting conversation because there's a lot of people that have different opinions about it. I think it all works. It's just like how far you want to take it in that, because and same again, like all this point of going to all these cleaning all these coils, and that's the most important part, particularly when you're firing. But then these containers that you're getting are not hermetically sealed and they're not sterile, so there's that to contend with, and then the way people are handling them, so I'm certainly I can control as much as I can, but it's one of those things. Yeah. And then I wrap them in filthy paper. So
that's okay. 5 years from now, we'll be watching you, and you'll be like shrink wrapping each one in plastic, each coil
in a vacuum condition. Yeah.
Well, you're gonna get yourself a $15,000 clean room just for packaging. Each single coil will be fully wrapped, and then all your customers will be spending like 20 minutes like. How do I get this plastic off of here? I've cut the coil off again.
Actually, semi-nitro, very experienced builder, he's got containers where you buy, you can sterilize them, and then when you put the lid on, they come with the seal, so it's effectively, I'm not sure if it's airtight, but it certainly will, well, I guess that wouldn't make it hermetic or whatever is the particular word, but they're really good. They'll seal off the chamber of the container when he puts them in. So that's a cool idea too.
Shannon in the chat says baby dolphin tears are the best for ultrasonic, and I'm thinking that he means real dolphin tears, and I don't think that's a real thing.
Yes, you've got to capture a dolphin, and you got to sling it up, and then you got to sit there very carefully and say mean things about its mother while capturing the tears in a little bowl.
So my question is like, did you get the dolphin tears from the blowhole or from the eyeballs? And would a dolphin vape a JUL from its blowhole or its mouth? All right, let's talk.
Isn't the blowhole kind of like your butthole?
Well, my
No.
butthole is the total blowhole, but I don't know what that's to do with this.
And there it
But
is, ladies and gentlemen. We finally got to the butthole.
of course we had to.
Oh dear.
And while we're on the butthole talk, go ahead and start throwing them the X1s, guys. We will be giving away a Desire Design M tank because I have a shit ton of them. And this week it's purple and black. And I don't like Desire Design as a company, but it's a decent little tank. And if you take pictures of it, make sure you don't tag them because they're going to steal your stuff without credit, just like they did to Legion. But go ahead and start putting your X1s in the chat. And we'll get that giveaway going. I just like to bring up old stuff. If you guys didn't know, I think that either this stream, well, it's not the same day. It's either this week or next week. We actually hit 1 year of streaming on YouTube as the Amigos and Co.
Where's our cake? I want cake.
Well,
no
now
cake for Abby's on a diet.
Yeah.
Yeah, no cake for me.
And so
No, it's the fried chicken and peanut butter thing. That those are my two arch nemesi. So
You get
that would be the
together
first
at
thing.
once. Do you spread the peanut butter on the chicken and then?
Well, then it's just satay, right? It's just satay.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, okay, you're right.
Yeah, I can't believe that came to me. So okay, that's 1 point all. You got the assist on that one.
But yeah, just a little filler time since we got about 8 minutes left. You guys keep doing X1s. I see people in the chat saying I'll set this one out. If you did just win recently, please sit out. But if you haven't, put that shit in there. If you're here, it's a lot. I know there's a lot of people watching. We got about 30 people here and like five people in the chat. I don't care if you're here just for the free stuff. I didn't advertise it, so you jump in. But
Well, we appreciate you all for being here. Thank you very much for listening to our blah blahs and hanging out.
yeah, we really
Monday evening random butthole talk.
a lot of buttholes. A lot of we haven't touched in a while. Pee holes. Let's talk about pee holes.
Vapor Odyssey is asking me when am I going to laser engrave each coil with individual serial numbers. Too late, dude. They're already being done. So yeah.
Always
Actually,
lost.
I want to know when we can get Breezetone's face masks. There is a growing market there, and you're not tapping in. I want to see.
Yeah. I just need t-shirts first. I've got to get the basic stuff first. A t-shirt and a hat, that'd be great.
Oh, okay. I'm not going to push this. I'm not going to post anywhere about this. I'm not going to advertise this. But you can actually get a Legion Vapes and an Aussie Vape Show face mask. If you go to Redbubble and you're into that sort of thing, you can get them. I'm going to give you a disclaimer. The government says that face masks have to be, our government say they have to be of a certain quality, and that includes 3 layers of cloth. These are dual layer. These are 2 layers, and they're made from Redbubble, and I have no control over them. But if you want to represent with a big logo on the side of your face, you could do that.
Matthew Welch says, if you DIY, keep menthol away from your pee hole. I also had another question I wanted to bring up. I feel bad because I missed it the first time. Robert Darklings adds asking about Breezetones in the UK. And I know that you don't really have anything solid right now, but did you want to speak on that at all, Adam? Or
No, attempting to work on that. That's a very established market and not an easy one to get into. So working on that, I'm sorry, Robert. But there are places that will send them international if you're willing to sell your first unborn child to ship international. I'm sorry, Robert. I'm working on it.
And speaking of which, we haven't did the shill moment. Make sure you guys check out Breezetone's coils at a multitude of places and also like 3 different continents now. You can get Breezetones at localvape.com. Local Vape provides us, Eric at Local Vape, the owner, provides us with some of the stuff we do with the giveaways. They also gave us a discount code, Amigos20, Amigos20. You can use, and it'll take 20% off your whole order. If there's not a sale that's going on that's better, go ahead and use that code. We don't get kickbacks from that. We don't get anything special. Like, we don't take anything home, but it's more for you guys to use. And then also, if you are around the brick and mortar shop destinations, you can get it at Steel Valley Vapors, Rising Phoenix Vapory. There's also Seven Smoke Shop, I believe, in California. There's also, if you're an Australian, it took 10 years, but you can get them at Victory Vape directly from Australia, so you don't have to pay for crazy international shipping costs. And is there anywhere else I'm missing, man?
LucidRDA.com.
That's right.
In the US as well. Mr. Tenacious Stan very generously put them up on his site. So Lucid RDA. Yeah.
So yeah, they're everywhere. But you can also use the code Amigos20 if you hate breeze tones and get whatever you want at localvape.com.
Exactly. Yeah, definitely use the thing and don't buy breeze tones. That would be the funniest ever.
Shannon asked, what was the site for the mask? I believe that's towards you, Legion.
I can't remember the actual full URL, but if you go to my channel, underneath every single video, there's a Redbubble link for merch. And so anything Aussie Vape Show and anything Legion Vapes is there. And there was another comment, I think it was Great Wombatsky said, well, we need the battery wraps first. I'm still thinking about it. Actually, I'm still seriously thinking about doing those. But anything that Redbubble has, that's like literally like I can sit at the computer and just go, okay, wall clocks, T-shirts, wall hangings, bath mats. I can put the logo on anything and you can buy.
Toilet paper.
Yes, but they don't carry battery wraps. So that's something I got a special order. So unfortunately, kind of annoyed that Redbubble is such a cool and easy service, but they don't have hats.
Right.
I've noticed too, a lot of shops are sold out in hats across like the board because there's a couple of places I went this week and I bought I was gonna save it for a surprise, but I bought a green room shirt and I was gonna buy a hat, and like every site's out of hats right now, and I've seen a couple other places I tried to support, and I wanted a hat and they didn't have any, so I think it's like hot issue right now. I don't know.
Worldwide shortage.
Do hats protect you from COVID? Is that a thing? Are people attaching their masks to the hats?
I tell you what, though, you wearing a mask and wearing a hat and glasses out in public, man, I fucking hate it. But, you know, you got to do what you got to do. But I get all steamed up all the time. And you just see, like, a little...
It's really weird that, you know, this time last year, if you walked out with a baseball cap, sunglasses, and a mask, everyone would be like, what's that guy? Is he going to the bank? What is that, a terrorist? What's going on? And nowadays it's like everyone's, oh, look at that good citizen. He's looking after the community. He's really taking good care. Just the way that has flipped around.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
Yeah, don't be an asshole, guys. Don't base all your stuff on political beliefs. You know, we don't like to get political here because it's just there's always a bad time. But if it's 5 minutes of your day, take a mask, whatever, wear it. Don't be a butthole. But let's go ahead, stop the X1s in the chat, and then I'll start tossing them in there. It'll be like 15 minutes before you guys see it on the fucking stream, so I understand. But other than that, let's go ahead and get into, oh yeah, Charles Johnson, I believe, asked earlier, I almost forgot. The MTLs are at Local Vape as well. MTLs are live just about everywhere, yeah?
Yeah.
I can attest to those MTLs. They are solid coils.
That would be a yes. They're getting plenty of love at the moment. I'm super appreciative because I'm kind of a little bit proud of that coil. I mean, you know, again, I wasn't the first person to invent those specs in any way, shape, or form, but I'm really happy how the response has been to those coils. So, yeah.
So, yeah, you can get the MTLs there. You can get them everywhere. The Breeze Tones is available. And so, yeah, guys, stop doing the X1s. And you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and drag them from here. Drip Vibe in the chat, sending some vibes your way, says that his sister got COVID. She got tested. So yeah, be careful out there, guys. You never know. I have a friend that works. She's a nurse. Shout out to my friend Bobby. She's kicking ass out there in the ICU all the time, but she actually contracted it, so she's actually has to stay inside and not go out and do all that stuff. Yeah,
the wifey and I were our first socializing situation on Saturday night. We went out with some friends and. One of the people there contracted it back in March. She was on a cruise ship and intense talking to someone. I've never met anyone that had gotten it yet, and really strange, you know, symptoms, very different to what we're reading about. It was interesting having a conversation with her. Obviously, you know, heavy situation, but totally okay out of it.
And a real quick shout out, it's the first time I've seen this name in the chat. Ozzy Shano says Brewstone's MTL are great in a billet box bridges.
Thank you, Ozzy Shano. I recognize you from the Aussie Vape Show. Yeah.
They you know what, they are almost perfect. They're crackly, they're flavorful. For me, and I'm so grateful that you did this. So many people would have come out with mufflon coils, and they would have gone closer to the point 0.8 as a minimum, closer up to the 1 ohm. But you went for something that is sort of straddling that range. Point 0.5, you can crank your wattage up, you can pull your air open, and you can have more of that. You can push it out of its intended range and into the restricted direct lung, or you can tighten it off a little bit, pull the wattage down, and get a really, really nice mouth lung. They're really, really flexible in terms of how you can use them and what you can put them in, which is phenomenal because it means that I've got a set of coils here now that no matter what comes in, you know, if it's leaning in that direction, I can adjust my device to work for it, which is nice. Most of these things like this Pioneer, I love it, but it came with some of those basic little machine-made round wire, tiny little coils, the kind that as soon as you install them, they're all mangled, right? They're that thin, and they're usually at like 1.1, 1.2. It's like that is, for my preference, that's too high. So
yeah.
So
that's heavy. Yanni got it all. Just said her dad, stepmom, and newborn nephew just got over it. That's heavy, dude. Really, really heavy.
But yeah, good thing they made it through. But yeah, guys, be safe out there. Don't do anything crazy. I mean, if it takes a little bit of inconvenience, it's all right. Surgeons can sit there for 18 hours with a mask on. If you can't sit there for more than 5 minutes with a mask on, I'll just say, I'll speak for myself, you're a pussy. So, Steve, let's choose a number between 1 and 1229.
that's a lot of numbers. That's a lot of choice. And yet I'm still going to go for 69.
So, I always scroll to the end thinking that, I'm going to choose something else. And we do have a winner, and it is X1 for Dennis Michael from Shannon. So if you guys don't know, shout out to the Tick Begins, Shannon in the chat. Every time he's on here and there's a giveaway, every time he's won like 15 times, but he gifts it to someone else. And I just want to say shout out to Shannon. He's out there in Australia with Legion and Adam, and he's just a bitchin' ass dude. And he also has a rainbow wig with a unicorn that he rides around. So big love. And it also is a testament, I think, to the vape community sticking together, doing stuff for each other. So do me a favor, shoot me your info, Dennis Michael. I know we've talked before, but I don't ever save messages, and I'll get that shipped out to you. It is the black and purple M-Tank from Desire Design. I do not support that company, but I have the products, and hopefully you can put some good use to it.
Nice. Congratulations, dude.
If I remember correctly, that is a Baby Beast compatible tank.
Yep.
So once you've used up what's in the box, get yourself some good coils.
Yeah.
It should be fun.
It comes with 2 coils. Yeah.
Lots of options for coils for that. So,
yeah.
Speaking of which, Hellbeast coils working there just fine, and they're really, really good coils.
And you guys, you know what I forgot to do, and I spent like all week figuring it out. I forgot the winning gift that Steve hates. So Dennis, because you won, this is our gift, and this is a celebratory gift because you won. Ding, 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 ding. I'll eventually find a sound clip when I'm not a lazy mofo. But yeah, otherwise,
I don't have the screen up, so I didn't even see it.
It's the one with the guy, and he's like got the bondage suit on or whatever, and he's got the bar above him, and then on his crotch is that giant metal bar, and he just humps the air, and it ding, 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 dings.
I can see it right now.
I hate it. It's just, it brings back good memories.
Oh dear.
So,
awesome.
I'll believe you guys with that image of thinking of good memories of Legion and some bondage, giant 12-inch pole wiener. Other than that, let's close out the show. We've been here for an hour and 5 minutes. Adam, what you got, man?
Nothing, man. Just working hard this week, probably next week too. Very appreciative of everyone's support, and thanks to everyone coming into the chat to hang out with us on the Monday/Tuesday.
Yeah.
Really love it. That's it. That's all I got.
Yeah. Steve, what do you got, man?
I'm not going to shill myself. I got my usual run of shows and stuff coming up. A bunch of reviews should be out this week. I'm not going to push any of that. All I'm going to say is that this coming Sunday on my channel, the Aussie Vape Show, is really exciting. We've got Dr. Colin Mendelsohn joining us, so a lot of information, a lot of background, a wealth of knowledge and expertise in that man's mind. I plan on spending a good couple of hours picking at it. I did post about it earlier today on the Aussie Vape Show Facebook page. If you have any questions for him directly and you either think you might miss the show, you're stuck with the replay, throw them in there. Throw them in there so that we can refer back to that and make sure they get asked. And if you can be there on time, then yeah, it's a weird time. It's set for Australians. It's 6:30 p.m. Australian time, so it may be a little too early for the Americans, but it's definitely, if you can't be there live, catch the replay. It's going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to be it's one of these shows. Some shows are just talking and yakking and conversation. This is going to be an information-heavy show. So
yeah, no doubt.
Especially if you're in the Australian area, it's going to be very pertinent information for you. And I think it's a great thing that he got him on the show, because that's going to be one of the best sources that they're actively on the front lines of fighting for advocacy for your right to have harm reduction products.
Yeah,
I'm so happy that we managed to get both Brian Marlowe a couple weeks ago from Legalized Vaping, and now we've got Dr. Collins. So it's the two main driving forces in terms of advocacy. So
yeah,
we only got one more person on my advocacy list, and that would be Vape Advocacy AU, because nobody stands up for our rights as strongly and as powerfully as she does. We'll have to get her on the show.
with the right amount of snark. It's just perfect.
Yes.
It's the perfect amount of snark. So big love to everyone. As Adam said in the chat, we appreciate you guys being here, sticking it out, hanging out with us. Catch Legion 5 days a week on his channel. Make sure you for sure check out the Aussie Vape Show, though, this weekend. It's going to be a good one. Otherwise, I'll be back on Friday Fallout with Glenn and Cody. And last week we did our tinfoil hat time where we talked about urinal cakes being the forbidden fruit. This week I got to top it, so it's going to be something even more intrusive and gross. So
you what?
Yeah.
I haven't watched the replay yet. Holy shit.
Yeah. So I was inspired. Just a quick story. I jumped in the green room because I had it open for anyone to jump in last week, and we were talking about take it or leave it. We brought up popsicles. Sean Typhon brought up the fact that he thinks that popsicles taste like urinal cakes, and I really didn't have anything to go for that tinfoil hat time last week. I was like, man, I didn't think anything, and I was like, fuck, well, maybe they're the forbidden fruit. So anyways, if you guys want to see it, I'm not gonna waste your time here. It's on the show. And then if you want to see more slapstick bull crap like that, I'll be back Friday. Otherwise, that's it for us, guys. We'll be back next Monday.
Wait. I have to say this. They wouldn't call it cake if you weren't meant to eat it.
You know what I'm saying? Stay woke, guys. Hello, woke. Open your brown eyes to the truth.
Wow.
But yeah, guys, we appreciate and love you very much. Thank you so much for being here. That's all we got for you this week. You guys are everything, and we'll be back.